What's up guys, today we have Alex on the show. Alex is a one-stripe blue belt and a Crossfitter beast. We're in half guard and I'm grabbing his leg like this because I want to do a back roll type of sweep like you see me do here. But Alex's weight is too far back, his butt is too close to his heels, I need his weight forward to get the sweep. The attacks you go for are not only determined on the grips you have, but also the weight distribution of your opponent. So I abandon that attack and just work on not letting Alex grab my head. I'm using my T-Rex arms, but I overextend and lose control of his wrist and he grabs my head. Alex is looking to flatten me out onto my back using his crossface, but my knee shield carries his weight and keeps him away. To get around that frame, Alex just needs to drop his left hip to my right hip so he can establish some heavy control in the form of chest-to-chest half guard, which is a great place to pass from because there's no frames in the way like a knee shield. Now I switch my right arm from a frame to underhooking his leg as I insert my butterfly hook to enter X guard. In this case, I pulled my partner over top of me. I did the same thing here in the gi using a collar grip. Alternatively, you can also pull yourself underneath your partner like I do here. It's one of the two, pull them over you or yourself under them. Here my opponent makes my entry harder and X guard weaker by using his crossface to prevent me from pulling his leg to the crook of my neck, between my ear and my shoulder, but I eventually get it where I need it. Alex is doing the same, his right arm acts as a post or a kickstand to prevent me from pushing him in that direction, which I want to do to pull his leg closer to my neck. I finally get it where I need it and look to cup his knee to keep him secure, but he bails on the position to prevent the sweep, which actually just means that he swept himself. He robbed me of a nice sweep, but he's not going to rob me of a nice pass. I control his legs in a lifting position. My arms are scooping underneath his legs in case he were to try to put his feet on the mat and look to stand up, because standing up is a good way to prevent a sweep and a great example of anti-jiu-jitsu. Let's do a little pop quiz. What do I need to do right now to finish the pass here in the side smash? You need to pin down the top leg so they don't keep it hooked and prevent the pass. Here I get a little bit fancy by looping my arm into an arm weave position and flaring my forearm downward to make space for my right instep to pin his leg and give me the ability to pull my left leg out. I windshield wiper my legs to make sure his leg is pinned the whole time as I transition my legs out of there. As I pass, I try to lift him to create space for my knee to shoot in between his knee and elbow, but I lose my chance as he drops his weight back down. This is what I was trying to do so I could pull him into the truck or take his back. If you can shoot your knee between the space as your opponent turtles, it's an easy back take. Lucky for me, Alex tries to turtle again, giving me my opportunity, and I'm able to get my whole leg in there, which is even better because it's my whole hook. If you connect yourself with someone, they're going to go where you go. And that's why I keep connected with my chest to his back as I lean my weight back so he goes with me. The easiest time to hit a rear naked choke is during the transition. That's why I slide my hand in while we're falling back before he has time to fight the hands. It's smart of Alex to go two hands on one to protect his neck, but Alex should look to grab my hand, which is the end of the lever. His hands on my bicep may relieve some pressure, but fighting the lock of the choke itself would be better so we can actually escape it. The modern, and in my opinion, the most effective way to finish a rear naked choke is to do a slight rotation as if you're trying to bring your elbow behind your opponent's shoulder.
But the moment I use the rotational method, it will bite right through my opponent's defensive hands and get through to an effective strangle.
I just want to say a big thank you to Alex for being on the show, and all my students. They're always happy to volunteer themselves to help me teach jiu-jitsu. The point is never to show off, as I'm sure all my regular viewers are aware. I just needed to say that, that's important to me. I have a knee shield, which is a frame and prevents chest-to-chest half guard. I switch to a butterfly hook, which is also a frame, but also helps me lift Alex up and enter back in X guard. But Alex is preventing me again from widening his legs, so I switch to a calf slicer or a ham sandwich. Shout out to Brandon McGraffin. I'm not great at these, so I just use it to sweep. As I come up, you can see I have his leg stapled, meaning I pin his leg down with my toes on one side and my knee on the other, and keep my staple as I pass to avoid him putting me in half guard. If I didn't keep that staple, it would have been pretty easy for him to re-guard using half guard. Here's another example of using staples and windshield wipering to keep your staple as you switch which leg is stapling. This avoided half guard for him and set up the pass. Alex is doing a great job framing me away, and you can't go through frames, you must change their angle or your angle. So I changed my angle by going up. Notice how I pin his hips down with my hand. If I didn't pin his hips down, he may be able to re-guard or enter into a leg entanglement as I posture. There would be a lot of options because I wouldn't be controlling him. Alex turns into me to work an escape, so I use that back exposure to jump to the other side into technical mount. I didn't have the best grip to execute this chair sit back take, but another group got close to us, so I went for it anyways. I landed with my chest quite a bit off Alex's center line, so I immediately worked to climb up and recenter to avoid losing back control and give up bottom position. You're very vulnerable to losing the back here, and you have to move quick. That's why you see me readjust so quickly in this example. Often Jiu-Jitsu is about discipline to do what's right even if it's hard. In this example, it wasn't an overly hard task, but I just mean that you need to prioritize what needs to be done. I don't recommend beginners riding up on the back like this. It's a recipe to get bunked off as your opponent tripods, using gravity to get you off of them. But I'm doing this with intention to get an armbar, and this is a really cool side armbar that I like to use. It's great because your opponent can't stack you, as their forward pressure won't help them because you're off to the side. Quickly, I'd like to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, X Martial. Look good, feel good. X Martial has the slickest designs, not only fashionable but dependable and durable too. I've been wearing X Martial shorts and rash guards for a long time, and they've become the only no-gi gear that I wear now for a reason. Everything they have is super comfortable and quality material with functionality in mind. You'll love the no-slip elastic waistband, which makes the rash guard fit properly and not roll up during sparring, or their new shorts that have no Velcro. Their Hybrid 2.0 shorts, I seriously can't wait to get my hands on the new shipment they've sent me. I love my leopard print shorts, but I have a feeling I'll have some new favorites very soon. Great gear and even better people supporting your favorite creators on YouTube. If you want to train and feel and look good while you're at it, then head over to xmartial.com and use my code Jordan10 for 10% off your order. Alex shoots in for a double underpass, but tries to finish with more speed than power, which allows me space to frame. Now I use that space created with my frame to transition into turtle guard. I transition to turtle and then to an inversion to search for his leg to attack, initially for a knee bar like you see me do here. But Alex has too much weight on his left leg to attack it, so I wait until his weight is evenly spread out on both knees and enter into K-guard. The key to a K-guard knee bar entry is to bring your hamstring to their armpit because that's the end of the lever. That's what you need to use to off-balance them. I want Alex to collapse to my left side, but he's posting on his hand. As he falls to his right, it'll be hard for me to find the angle to finish unless I roll through to either side. So I choose back towards my left, but again, can't get him all the way over, and he again falls to his right. It can be hard to get deep leg positioning for a knee bar when your opponent's butt is on the mat because their butt is in the way. It's easier when they're belly down, but Alex changes his angle and frames and then escapes his knee line. We're back in the knee shield half guard, and Alex is likely trying to knee slide, but again, my knee shield is a frame which keeps him away. The knee shield is the enemy of the knee slide alongside the underhook, and I went from one to the other. I had to take my knee shield out first because not only does it keep him away from me, but it keeps me away from him. A mistake I see beginners make all the time is keeping their knee shield as they take an underhook. You need to take it out. This whole sequence is explained in my dogfight video. I highly recommend you watch it if you haven't yet. The dogfight is an underhook system that I consider a need to know. Alex tries to guillotine me, but it's a poor choice of counter because I have his leg trapped and I counter with the knee tap. Trapping his leg makes his entry too slow and the angle too difficult to get to a deep grip underneath the chin. This is shallow and not much to worry about. When stuck in a guillotine, focus on circling your forehead to their chest. This will create a frame with your forehead that pries your head out of their grip. I go straight to work body block passing, shelving his leg by stepping over his foot and compressing his calf to his hamstring. This shelf is a great place to body block pass from, one of the best. Next step is to bring your knee over their shelved leg's knee, and now a back step or stepping to mount will be a breeze. Here's another example of shelving the leg, getting the knee in front of their knee, and this time backstepping. Because I'm so low in mount, I need to take it slow and use pressure. I need my hips down to make sure Alex can't get his knees in front of me to get back to guard. Once I have his knees down, I can proceed forward. I start working to isolate an arm by going to the outside of the elbow, working to crawl it up with my fingers, but I can feel how strong he is and difficult this is going to be. Plus I do enough arm triangles on the show already, I need variety, but this wasn't a great choice. I'll often dismount when I have an underhook from mount and feel like it'll be too hard to get their arm isolated. As from side control, there's a far side armbar which you need an underhook for, but I didn't have an underhook, so not a great choice, but look how I do dismount. I windshield wiper my legs so he doesn't catch me in half guard or quarter guard. But again, no armbar was available, so I kind of just gave up position for no reason. Alex transitions into kind of like a headquarters position, but I'm more in like a float style pass position than headquarters, but then he puts me in headquarters. And headquarters is great because guards are just grips that you take with your feet. Headquarters, they have no grips with their feet. That's the benefit. That's why it's such a great passing position. I'll explain this in more detail and more in my theory course that's coming out very soon. It is mind-blowing, guys. I'm serious when I say this. I'm not just hyping it up. More details will be out very soon, so hold tight. I'd like to thank my patrons who support the channel. I super appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or fist bump, and I'll see you guys next time.